This has been an absolutely wild week. And now this, we need to talk. Hey guys, welcome back to RHR Jen. I'm so glad you're here. I just heard the news and I have lots of thoughts and I want to talk about it. If you're new here, I'm Jen. Make sure you're subscribed, hit the thumbs up and leave me comments as all those helps YouTube to recommend my videos. And I sincerely appreciate that. I sincerely appreciate all of you. This is my second video of the day. My earlier video is about how Harry missed an Invictus event and how Meghan is playing "Look at me" once again in the press. So definitely go back and watch that in case you missed it. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about the breaking news that King Charles has met with Harry and Meghan. I'm not used to calling them by their names. Harry and Meghan and the kids at Highgrove. I want to talk about that. I have so many thoughts. Here's what. Okay. I'm going to start out this and say, I respect the king's position. I respect that he is a grandfather who wants to see his grandkids. So at a base level, he's a human being that wants to see the kids. I get that. I do. But I think that's where I'm leaving the respect. I have lots of thoughts and I really want you to chime in with yours, but I just had to get that out there. I respect at a base level that, but no, this is not okay with me. So in case you missed it, the news is breaking that, here you go, Harry, Meghan, the kids visit King and Queen. Okay. There you go. They met with the couple and the two kids. Okay. So it's being reported and it was put out by the palace. If it was Harry and Meghan, no, I wouldn't believe it. But this is being put out by the palace. But I have many thoughts on this. Many thoughts. And I'm sure you do too. Let's talk. All right. This has been quite a week for Harry and Meghan, right? It's been absolutely insane. Harry, of course, famously losing his catastrophe of a UK case. We had Meghan playing this will they, won't they game with the kids and with the Invictus and all that. Okay. After all this chaos, it is just announced that they've had a private meeting at Highgrove. Convenient timing, right? I think so too. They have spent years, Harry and Meghan, playing games with the family. Today, I'm going to get to it because I really want to talk about it. Today, Prince William had a big day. In case you didn't know, he played polo. And yes, it's more than that. He actually did a charity polo match where, hold on, I've got it here. I believe it said that he raised, I think it's here. He is said to have raised 1 million, more than 1 million pounds today as part of this Royal Charity Polo Cup, which was won by William's team. I'm going to get to all the pictures and all that, but I just want to set the stage of what today is. Today is William's day, and Catherine's there supporting William. She looks beautiful. We'll talk about that too. But you get the idea. The royal family, typically, I'm not talking about Harry and Meghan. I'm talking about the actual working royals, typically respect each other. And if one of them's doing something, especially a charity thing like this, they typically will let them have their moment. So there are so many layers to this, including I want to draw attention to William as he is raising money for a good cause with this polo. So I believe today, for so many reasons, let's just cut to it. This is the most obnoxious thing I've ever seen. I really am. I'm just blown away by this. I think about everything that they have pulled, everything they have put the royal family through, all the jabs, all the leaks, all this stuff coming out. It's that, even this week, it's been the ultimate will they, won't they circus, leaking, complaining, changing plans publicly, even to the being rejected of staying in a royal residence. I mean, just all that. But then they waltz into the king's private home like none of that has happened. Using, once again, in my opinion, the kids as emotional leverage. It's rude, it's disrespectful, and it feels like they're being rewarded for it. again, I get it. I'm not heartless. I understand that King Charles is a grandfather and he wants to see his grandkids. That part is human. But as king, it's a bad look. I'm not into this. Highgrove being his personal sanctuary, hosting them is sending a message. And okay. Well, okay. With his message, I think it's I think the message could be read as, "Oh, all is forgiven, welcome." I don't think that's what happened, not at all. And I think most of us with a little bit of intelligence that excludes the mediocre mafia can understand that one meeting does not forgiveness make. But you can't convince me that those two won't try to spin this as an olive branch. You can't convince me that those two agree to any terms that were set in front of them because they knew that this meeting being out there would hopefully knock Harry's humiliating loss in court this week off of the front page. The other thing that occurs to me is Harry is there for Invictus, right? Supposedly. He missed an event, but you get the idea. He's supposed to be there for Invictus. Okay. And by meeting with King Charles, even if it's not explicitly said by the king, you can't tell me that Harry doesn't bank on people thinking that that's a sign of the king, backing Invictus and Harry being able to stay, Harry and Meghan both being able to stay in their position a little bit longer. In my opinion, grifting off Invictus, giving them something to do. So I don't know about you, but I'm kind of sickened by this. Again, I'm a human being. I understand family dynamics. I'm taking that out of it. I'm just kind of sickened by this. I am. It undercuts William and Catherine, who are out there doing the work every day. It sends a confusing public message of duty first, but that's typically the message, but in this case, it's not. It risks prolonging the drama instead of setting clear boundaries. Imagine you're William or Catherine right now. Your brother and sister-in-law have publicly trashed you and your family and your parents and your grandparents and everybody that you love and implied the worst of the worst things about you all. Encourage people to attack you and your wife. No, no. No, and then your dad's hosting them? No, I'm not. If I'm Prince William, I'm not happy about this, not at all. Um, again, if we're just playing the grandfather angle, why couldn't they have the meeting and not publicize it in some way? My only thought is, and again, I don't know, I'm just speculating, but I just wonder, they had to have agreed to terms to this meeting. Okay. And maybe some of the terms were that the palace gets to put out the story, not the Harkles. And because it was put out by them, and the word private was thrown around twice in the same sentence. So I don't know. If you're going to meet with them, why does it need to be publicized? You know? If they're willing to agree to any terms, why couldn't they get them to agree to not publicize it on either end? If it's just a grandfatherly meeting. My suspicion would be that, the palace / king and queen was there too. The king and queen understand what they're dealing with these two and knew that no matter what, the meeting would get out. It would be faux leaked or whatever. Somebody would spot them somewhere and leak out that they had a meeting. Okay. So maybe this is their way of nipping in the bud, but I'm just thinking if this was just about a grandfatherly meeting, why does it need to be out there? We know why. I just don't think this is a sweet family moment. There's so much in it for Harry and Meghan. I think it's interesting too that and believe me, I don't feel sorry for Harry. The more and more I learn about that guy, he's just as bad, if not worse, than Meghan. But he's out there, having publicly, humiliatingly, brought on by himself, lost this court case, and Meghan is nowhere. And that typically seems to be the way it goes, where when he's facing public backlash, she steps back and is nowhere near him. But I find it funny that when it's time to get some press or, meet with the royals, then there she is showing up with kids in tow. I think that's interesting. I keep thinking, this just, again, the only people this is benefiting, besides, again, from the grandparent angle, I just think the only people that it's benefiting on this are Harry and Meghan. They need this publicity. They need people to buy that they're back in the fold in some way. Let me be clear. I do not think this is them back in the fold. I would assume this is a brief meeting with tons of witnesses, so that way no shenanigans can be pulled. They can show that, nope, we just saw kids. That was that. But again, there's so much more in it for Harry and Meghan. They can tie it into themselves. They can monetize it through future interviews. They can play the kids angle. They can try to, again, grift off Invictus a little bit more. They can try to spin it as they're out there doing important charity work and that the king is supporting it and still loves us, I think the kid angle is very powerful for them. They can pretend like they're putting the kids first, putting aside their grievances. But again, re-emphasizing the royal connection for the kids. I think it gives them future leverage on things like security, accommodation, easier UK access. It weakens the argument that they're not welcome. Again, I don't believe for a second that this meeting had anything to do with any of that. I don't believe that behind the scenes any of that is the case. But I do believe Harry and Meghan will milk this for all that it's worth. And so I just feel disgusted by it. I do. I think this is mostly optics and soft power, if you will, for Harry and Meghan. I think it lets them control the narrative, which is exactly what they want. They're going to try to pass themselves off as the reasonable ones and trying to keep the door open while King Charles gets to see, his grandkids. But for a lot of us watching, it feels like the wrong message at the wrong time. I feel like Harry and Meghan have continued to play games. I mean, they always play games, but they have, especially this week, we've seen them play a lot of games. They've disrespected the family for years while using the titles, and they're still getting the royal treatment. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Do you think that this was a beautiful grandfather moment? Do you think it's a disappointing reward for their awful behavior? I really want to know. I really do. I'm struggling with this one, and I want to know your thoughts. I've already seen the mediocre mafia out in full force, which I can't make sense of that either. They're spinning it as a win for Harry and Meghan, which that's not a shocker, but I can't make sense out of how can they be so horrible to the royal family, Harry and Meghan and their followers, and accuse them of all the things, and then be celebrating a meetup like this. Can you make that make sense? Because I can't. If they truly believed all those awful things, why would they want to celebrate a meeting like this? I don't know. All right. You have to let me know your thoughts on this one. I just wanted to get on and record mine. And yeah, I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in the whole thing. I do want to talk about William and Catherine, though. Can we switch to a ray of sunshine, please? I'm disappointed, though, in again, it's now going to overshadow nothing could overshadow William and Catherine. That's not what I mean. But I mean, in terms of headlines go, what could have been more attention for good causes that Prince William is working on now goes to these two twerps, So I'm disappointed, but I'd love to know your thoughts. Let me know. Does the cheese stand alone? Let me know. Does the watermelon stand alone? Let me know. Let's talk about the Prince and Princess of Wales. Have you seen the pictures? I know you have, but have you seen the pictures? Can I show you the pictures? I love the pictures. I'm enjoying them so much. Here we go. All right. Catherine cheers on William at charity polo match. Look at that picture. Oh, they're so sweet and so happy. Okay. Have you seen her dress? I love this dress. I think she looks beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Perfect for summer. Gosh, look at her arm. She's so fantastic. And I love everything about her. She looks beautiful. Love the hair, love the makeup, love the dress, all of it. She looks great. Here she is. So I love it. Every year we get a photo like this after the polo match. So we got the PDA. So cute. So sweet. Love it. Love this dress so much. I think it's so pretty. Love this picture too. So cute. Look at that. Great picture. Aw, they look so, just in general, they look so happy together. That's great. But that's going to do it for me. I'm going to wrap this one up because I'm going to go ahead and get this up. I'm recording it real time and I'm dying to know your thoughts on all this. Let me know. Oh yeah, I went sporty today since we're doing polo. I want to know your thoughts on all this. Let me know in the comments below. I'm struggling with this one. I'm trying. I try to stay positive, but I can also be honest and say when I think this is a big fat mistake on the part of King Charles. It's a big fat mistake, I think. And again, if I'm Prince William, I'm pissed. And maybe they're not as, petty as I am, but I'm pissed if I'm Prince Charles and Catherine and, you've been doing the right thing and they're the whole time. And then this happens. No. Mm-mm. No. And if they had, let's say that, King Charles and Harry and Meghan had struck an agreement that the palace would release the meeting and all that. Why wouldn't they do it tomorrow and say yesterday the king met? Like, why do they need to announce it at all? But if they had to announce it, why today when Prince William has the headlines? I don't know. Anyway, that's going to do it for me. Please do chime in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you all so much. I truly do. And I hope you have the best day. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye. Hello. Okay, I'm trying not to be negative, but I'm pissed. Are you? I sound very Southern when I say that. I'm pissed. I am. This is unfortunate. This is a big misstep in my opinion. You can let me know if you think I'm wrong. Again, I'm a human being. I have a child. I get it. There's always going to be family dynamics at play in all this. And who knows? I'm not ever speculating on anybody's health condition because I'm not into that. Who knows what King Charles's health is like? Who knows anything? Who knows for any of us what tomorrow holds? So I get it. But I also don't, I also don't. Not after everything. Anyway. That's going to do it for me. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate it. Please do leave me comments below and check out my earlier video and let me know what you think. Thank you guys for everything. Have the best weekend. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye. Oh, they look so cute. They look so cute. I love those two so much. I love this dress. I'm working out hard so I can try to get her arms. What do we think? Not quite, but I'm working on it. Anyway, all right, bye.